Photographic Composition, Lecture 11, Travel Part 1. No area of specialization within photography requires as wide a range of skills and interests as travel. It is also incredibly demanding. It's one thing to go somewhere exotic on vacation, but it's an entirely different proposition when you travel with looming deadlines and lengthy shot lists of everything that must be covered, and covered well, in short periods of time, while carrying enough equipment and backup equipment to get the job done. You are dependent on transportation and local guides that may or may not be reliable in not always hospitable environments. And you're always at the mercy of the weather and local bureaucracies. Travel photography has one basic function: to give readers a visual equivalent of leaving their everyday lives behind to visit a distant place. That means there is a need for imagery of virtually every component of a typical trip, from ground transportation to airports and seaports, to hotel accommodations and tours of the local sites, ancient ruins, and sports venues. The objective is to make each of these activities look like more fun than a barrel of monkeys, even if the actual experience will likely turn out to be anything but. The process usually begins at an airport or seaport, which is usually presented as an attractive place where small numbers of expectant people wait to board their chosen means of transportation. This will be followed by people happily relaxing in their spacious seats or leaning on the rail gazing out at a sunlit ocean. If they're traveling by sea, then the next step doesn't apply, but for everyone else, there awaits more ground transportation to take them to their accommodations. These activities afford opportunities to photograph examples of local life and color. Whether it's a youth hostel or a five-star hotel, photographs of the exterior, the lobby, and amenities such as restaurants, bars, fitness centers, pools, and the like will also be shot, along with representative guest rooms. For many, landmarks and sites will be the reason they've been willing to go halfway around the globe to see. There are few more photogenic or recognizable buildings than the Taj Mahal. Regardless of the time of day or the condition of the weather, its unique architecture is unmistakable. Those with constant access have the advantage of being able to return over and over again to capture the structure under what they feel are ideal circumstances. For everyone else, there may be only a few minutes to make the image of a lifetime, while dodging their fellow tourists, raindrops, and air pollution. Succeeding at making something memorable may be extremely challenging, but patience and a willingness to make the most of what's presented are essential. Even more remote and difficult to get to is Machu Picchu. As with the Taj Mahal, photographers are at the mercy of the elements, but some are after imagery that has less to do with selling the location as a tourist destination than as a spiritual vortex. Such is the case with fine art photographer Linda Connor, who made her decidedly dark image in what might have been considered less than ideal light. For most, though, the reward is capturing themselves and their friends and family in the foreground, as if to say, "I made it." For a seriously sophisticated photographer with a wicked sense of humor, like Martin Parr, similar situations are opportunities to make wry observations of the human condition. There's no way to know what this woman is aiming at, but the implication is clear: you're facing the wrong way. Perhaps it's possible that anyone in this situation would have seen the humor in such an occurrence. one group facing the camera to have their picture taken by the man on the far right, while the other group has their backs to the camera. However, it's more likely that this conforms to Parr's view of the world, which he has honed over more than 3 decades of looking for photographic opportunities. Then again, perhaps it's something about the Parthenon that brings out such insight in talented photographers.